What if I told you that the thing you're worrying about right now, the problem that's keeping you up at night, doesn't have to be your burden anymore? What if there's actually someone willing and able to carry it for you? You're holding on so tight. Your knuckles are white from gripping that problem, that situation, that fear. You've turned it over in your mind 1,000 times. You've played out every possible scenario. You've lost sleep, lost peace, and maybe even lost joy. But here's what you need to hear today. It's time to let go. It's time to give it to God. We live in a culture that celebrates control. We're told to hustle harder, plan better, and manage everything. Society says if you're not worrying, you're not caring enough. If you're not stressed, you're not taking life seriously. But that's a lie that's stealing your peace. Think about a small child learning to ride a bike. The parent runs alongside, hands ready to catch them. The child who trusts the parent feels free to pedal. But the child who can't trust keeps grabbing the parent's arm, making the ride impossible. That's exactly what we do with God. We say we trust Him, but we keep reaching back to grab control. Worry is like a rocking chair. It gives you something to do, but it doesn't get you anywhere. It's exhausting, isn't it? That constant mental loop of what-if scenarios. What if this happens? What if that goes wrong? What if I fail? What if they leave? What if the money runs out? You're living in a future that doesn't exist, missing the present that does. Here's the beautiful truth. God already knows what you're facing. He's not surprised by your situation. He's not up in heaven panicking about your problems. He sees the entire picture while you're staring at one confusing piece of the puzzle. Your worry doesn't add a single hour to your life or solve a single problem. But your trust, that changes everything. Giving it to God doesn't mean you become passive. It doesn't mean you stop taking action or making wise decisions. It means you stop carrying the weight of outcomes you can't control. It means you do your part and trust God with His part. You plant the seed, but you don't make it grow. You apply for the job, but you don't control the decision. You have the conversation, but you don't control the response. There's a difference between concern and worry. Concern leads to action, worry leads to anxiety. Concern says there's a problem and I'll do what I can. Worry says there's a problem and I can't stop thinking about it. One is productive, the other is destructive. When you truly give something to God, you stop taking it back every 5 minutes. You know what that looks like, right? You pray about it, feel better for a moment, then pick it right back up. That's not trust, that's just temporary relief. Real trust means you hand it over and leave it there, even when circumstances don't immediately change. Even when things get harder before they get easier, trust isn't built in easy moments. It's built when everything is falling apart and you choose to believe anyway. It's built when the diagnosis is bad but you say God is still good. When the bank account is low but you say God will provide. When the relationship is broken but you say God can heal. That's when trust becomes real. Your mind can only hold so much. When it's full of worry, there's no room for peace, creativity, or joy. When you release your concerns to God, you create space for better things. You create space to actually hear His guidance. You create space to see opportunities you were too anxious to notice. Stop rehearsing the problem and start rehearsing the truth. God is bigger than your situation. He's moved mountains before, He's made ways where there were none, He's turned impossible situations into testimonies, and He's not done. What He's done for others, He can do for you. The question isn't whether God can handle what you're facing. The question is whether you'll let Him. Will you release your grip? Will you stop trying to figure out everything on your own? Will you trade your worry for worship, your anxiety for trust? Your breakthrough is on the other side of surrender. Not the surrender of defeat, but the surrender of trust. Give it to God. All of it, the big things and the small things, the fears and the dreams. Stop worrying and start trusting. Because the God who holds the universe together can certainly handle what you're going through. Let go, He's got you.